Good morning, we're here at Cafe 111 on Newland Avenue and we're going to be talking to Mike Gill and learning some inside things about mental health and how it's changed in the last 40 years and what we can do to ensure that ourselves and our loved ones have good mental health. So mental health, let's have a chat about that. Reasons I thought it'd be great to talk to you is you're from a mental health background, you're a mental health nurse. How long ago is it that you started your training as a nurse?
Crikey. I trained from 1978 to 1981.
So why did you choose mental health and not one of the, because there's lots of different aspects of nursing, but you chose mental health, not one of the physical aspects of it?
I think I'm a real people person and I wanted something to do that would give me that sort of satisfaction to be able to talk to people. Lifetime. In the 40 years I've been involved in mental health, things have changed dramatically. When I started, the choice was go see your GP or you went to a big hospital, Broadgate or Delacorte. That was your choice.
Yes,
there wasn't much else.
Yeah.
There was a few choices around, but not that many.
So you'd go to your doctor probably saying you were under the weather or suffering with your nerves or that kind
Something
of
like
language.
That, yeah. If people would even come forward, because people were even less inclined to come forward then than they are now. Things have changed, people are more inclined to come forward, which is good.
Yes.
Come a long way, there's still a long way to go, I think. Mental health nurse is to be able to develop a rapport with somebody, to be able so that they are able to trust you.
Yes.
So that you can explore some of the issues that's going on for them. And I think the thing with mental health is it's not visible.
Sure.
As opposed to often physical conditions, people know you've got a physical condition because of the way you look or the way the way you walk or whatever.
Or you say to them, okay.
Also, like you just said, people will tell you they've got a physical ailment.
Yeah,
I'm
suffering with arthritis, you might not see it, but there's not a taboo usually in saying that you have arthritis.
Some people might not be very happy about other people knowing they've got a mental health problem.
Sure.
I think that's changed a lot in the time I've worked in the NHS. But I still think there's a long way to go.
So 40 years, amazing to talk to you about this. So now inpatient care it's not used in the same way, is it?
No, it isn't. What happens now is, the idea is that we try and make sure we treat somebody within their own environment, whether that be the actual home or a residential home or whatever.
Okay.
But we try and keep that person within that local community so they can maintain their relationships with the people that are important to them.
Sure.
Ideally keep them in work. It's not
Or
always possible.
I guess whatever they
or
do,
in some sort of meaningful
voluntary,
activity.
yes, whatever they
want to do. But that isn't always possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'll have a little bit of mayonnaise if there is some. Mike?
No, thank you.
Looks wonderful, thanks. I'll return us to where we were up to. We're talking about the importance of trying to maintain some of the important aspects of life for an individual, rather than removing them from that and the upheaval of inpatient care.
If you think the way we used to operate, we would take something to a hospital, we would take them away from the people that were close to them.
Sure.
They would therefore have to be off work. They would often, depending on the situation, you could often find them putting their tenancy and things like that at risk because they weren't there.
Of course, yes.
And so and on top of that, if someone stayed in hospital long enough, they could also become quite institutionalised.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic. Pick up on that, because I think something about being institutionalised, it's a really interesting thing, because I think people can find it, the routine of being in an inpatient setting, it can be quite reassuring in some ways.
Absolutely.
Because it takes away responsibility for day-to-day things that as adults we do. So, what happened? Tell me a little bit more about what happens if someone becomes institutionalised. What does that look like? What happens?
Well, people begin to lose their ability to. What's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say communicate, but I mean more than that. Just be with people, do the things that they ordinarily do.
Okay.
When I started working in one of the local hospitals, I was quite shocked to find that there'd been somebody there who had come into hospital in the 1930s. He had no idea about what had happened outside of the big wide world since he'd been in hospital. Totally institutionalised, because he relied on being told to get up, being given his breakfast, being told to go get washed, get shaved, all those sort of things. All his life was completely regulated, so he lost all his social skills. So I think, that whilst, if you think about the big mental hospitals at the time, we talk when mental care started, we talk about asylum. If you think about that true meaning of that word, I think there's a need for asylum, but not in the way that it was provided.
It's become quite derogatory. The term asylum has become quite derogatory. I mean, why might somebody become an inpatient now? What are some of the reasons that somebody might need to be an inpatient for their mental health?
Because usually they'll have exhausted everything that's available in the community.
Okay.
Or the conditions deteriorated so much, then they're no longer able to care for themselves and might pose a danger to themselves or to others.
So it's used as a safety precaution largely, where someone's so well.
And it's about trying to think about what's going to be best for this person.
Sure.
Sometimes the most therapeutic thing you can do for someone is to remove them from the situation that they find themselves in.
Let them have a rest.
And let them have that rest and that true asylum.
Yeah.
So people will then come into hospital and have much shorter stays.
How long might somebody typically now stay for? What would you think would be a...
I mean, it does vary an awful lot, because mental health is an individual thing. It's not like there are core conditions.
Sure.
So how I might respond to that core condition, how somebody else might respond to that, would be very, very different.
Sure.
It's unique in that way. So people will be staying anything from like a few days to a few weeks, or maybe even a few months.
Right, but not that longevity that you were talking about. You wouldn't have somebody for 30 years.
Absolutely not, no.
Tell me some types of things. What types of conditions might lead somebody to stay in an inpatient unit?
If you think about more serious conditions such as maybe severe depression, you get more things like what we would describe as psychosis, such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder.
These are the ones that people often feel frightened of, these conditions.
Absolutely.
Probably
and these
because
days as well, you might also get people with a personality disorder as well.
Okay.
With very chaotic lifestyles and many different needs.
Okay.
So it can be, I think, for somebody coming into an inpatient unit, it can be a very frightening experience.
So you're officially retired. You are still
semi-retired, yeah.
Semi-retired. You are still doing meaningful things locally, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm on the board at Hull and East Yorkshire Mines, and
Brilliant.
I decided to join that because when I left my employment in the local NHS in mental health, I wanted to put something back into mental health. Having spent a good portion of my working life working in mental health services, so I wanted to put something back. I really enjoy that because I can be a part of a different part of mental health services from a more voluntary sector point of view, and that is very different to working in the NHS, and I think provides a really good backup to the services that statutory services could provide, and also maybe some slightly different services that the statutory services for whatever reason are unable to provide.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes down to money at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's only a certain amount, isn't there? We've mentioned Mind before here at the Full Hullish Breakfast. We'll put links below again. The things that we're talking about, you know, like we've mentioned things like psychosis, deep depression, even ECT. I'm guessing Mind, I know on their website they've got some great information.
Yeah.
So if any of this you're thinking, what is that?
Have a look at the
Comment
website.
below if you missed what we've said. Just comment below and we'll clarify. But also, just have a little look at that Mind website. It's really, the resources are really accessible and wonderful. You can print them off or just read them online. We've mentioned them before, but they're always worth another mention.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're involved in that. I know you still do a little bit of work with the NHS as well, but not as no longer as a mental health nurse, but you're still doing a little bit of, you do a bit of,
I'm involved in the training thing, yeah.
And also we've not mentioned mental health first aid.
Well, I was going to come into that. We can do all sorts of things. We can provide psychotherapy, we can provide counselling, we can provide CBT, all those sorts of things. We provide medication. But at the end of the day, those sort of things will only assist. And I think one of our major jobs is to try and help people understand what's going on for them so they can take more control for themselves and learn how to live with it better.
What would you say, like, is a good way to have those first conversations? Do you think you have to go to your doctor?
Not necessarily.
So if
doctors are great. They can, you know, some doctors are absolutely brilliant with mental health, and some are not. But there's, you know, you could go to charities like Holy Yorkshire Man. There's another charity just down the road, Rethink.
Yes.
You know, they're into all mental health.
So
things.
that might be a first step. So if someone's thinking, actually, I'm really anxious, I don't know
There's
why.
a lot of stuff online.
Yeah.
I've got a leaflet through my house. Advertising along an online system. There's a similar system available within the city boundary of Hull as well, where you can talk to somebody. And I think the advantage of that is you don't have to sit and face them. You can talk to them via a computer screen. And
Is it a call or is it a typing?
It's a typing thing. So it's a bit like, you know, when you go into these call centres and or you go on your online banking, you say, oh, can we have a chat?
Yeah, and it's like...
And it's not a chat really, it's just a typing exercise, you know.
So you can explore what's happening, what some
and
of the factors
for somebody who's maybe unsure, that would be a great way of just checking something out.
I think the message is, you know, today might be the day to just have a little look online.
Absolutely.
Maybe have a little look at the Mind resources.
I was going to say, start with Mind. Whether you go to the National Mind website or the local one in Hull, doesn't matter because the information is the same. Don't be afraid of asking for help.
I think that's been wonderful. I hope people have enjoyed it, learned something, seen another perspective.
I haven't talked too much.
You haven't talked too much. What do you think about what we've been saying? What are your views? We'd love to hear below. So comment down below, and we're going to wish you a week of fabulous mental health and well-being, and see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.